That stinks. I don't want this one. I want this one. What's up, everybody? I'm hanging. I had an hour to kill before I get my kids, maybe a little less. And I've been enjoying painting so much, I figured I'd just do some more. So it's the end of my day. Nothing going on. Got some coffee, got some lunch in. That's me today. Let's get to it. I see my overlays being funny. Maybe I can fix that. Maybe I can fix that because it's not how it should be. We want that to stay there, but we want this to be smaller. Just by a little. No, maybe I'm wrong. I swear I had that right. Hang on. I refresh the transform, reset, and what did I do funny? Well, that's okay, I guess. It's not the end of the world. Cool. Welcome back. If you guys were here yesterday, we were doing some stuff. We started painting this rock that the Storm Raven's going to be flying over. And this is the Storm Raven. That's fun. Later on, when we get this together, this will become water. So it'll be just like a lone rock over a lake. That's the idea. Let's break the Storm Raven while we're at it. So we can keep up with that if we want. Or I finish up my Helvern and get him all nice and painted up because he needs to get his feet done. So I can get his feet wet in some resin. I don't know what I'm up to. I just have 50 or so minutes to paint with you guys, and I figured I would. So that's what's going on today. We'll see where the day takes us. I am kind of at a pause with this guy because I don't know what his feetsies colors are going to be yet. Because I still need to figure out his heraldry, and that just means like what factions and chapters he's been affiliated with. And Dark Angels is my chapter faction. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I like how that's still like transparent. Maybe that's fine. You can still see me kind of. The focus is my desk, which is great. The other thing I could do is just start fresh on some of the Dark Angel little guys and go from there, but it doesn't really matter. I got some time to kill, and I'm going to kill it. So, yeah. Welcome back. MaddoxMakes Minis today. That's what we're up to. So, I want to do this rock, but I'm going to need the... I guess I don't need the airbrush today because I did slap these primer coats on. They're not great. They look like shit, but it's kind of the okay point because it's a rock. So, it's a rock. Ain't no thing. I don't feel like painting a rock right now. So, it's kind of how this goes. You can just kind of decide what you're up to. I have way too much to paint, so just kind of going with passion right now and whatever I feel like painting. Whatever it may be. I've got Terminator Knights, regular Terminators, I guess a broken Terminator at this point. Nope, he survived. He survived. Got plenty of Terminators to doll up. I've got some new stuff to paint. I don't feel like going new yet. And then there's my biologist. No. let's just start painting. Call it from there. Okay, so I was playing with my tans because tan is so hard to figure out with the Terminators. I know it's like, oh, just grab Wraithbone, call it a day. But I don't know which shade I like. These were done with three different types or colors rather. And I really don't know which shade I like. Plus, I haven't tested the wash. Maybe I'll do that today. Test the wash. These were done in 3 different styles somewhat. So I was really just testing the tan. And then the goal is to put a wash in the recesses so that it looks like bone. It's got to look like a bone color. This one does not look like a bone color, but it looks cool. It just looks deep. And I think this one would have the most success becoming bone because you put a wash on that, it's just going to darken up as opposed to not going to make it lighter, except for a little bit of highlights. But I also just straight primed with some new prime. Oh my goodness, I'm loud today. So sorry. These guys were done in just some desert tan primer, but they're really yellow. So I don't know what to do. That's the problem I have. I'll get stuck like that. I was going to take this, because I have the primer nice and easy, and it makes this so smooth. We could try washing this. Yeah, that'll take 0 time. And just see how it react, how it be reacting. Oh, hello, chat. Okay, cool. We're good. We good. Because I do have to check out. That's the Archaic Sepia wash. I have Flesh wash. And I has Battle Mud wash. I also have black, but I don't think we need black or green. So we just got to decide what wash to do and how it's going to react with this yellowy color. A wash is a very thin, translucent paint that will settle into recesses that it finds. And Battle Mud, that's Flesh wash. Okay. I don't know what Flesh is doing. It looks really brown. But it'll settle, and it takes a really long time to dry, so we wouldn't be able to see the fruits of our labor today. By the time this thing would be dry, we'd have to close up shop for the stream. So we could throw some on there just to, you don't have to wet it down. It's just, it is what it is kind of a thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test on some of the primed ones because those are easy to recreate. I'm going to just use some kneecaps to test my washes and see which one I like the most. So I literally just need a dot, like nothing. And we're going to have to try and be somewhat scientific about this so that we know what we're up to. I'm going to use this fat brush that I've been ruining with other things, the number 3 brush, and that'll wash. It'll do things. I'm going to steal the wash off the top of this because that's how it works. You just kind of like lay it on and let it float, and then once it's kind of if it's pooling up anywhere you don't want it to, then you remove it with the brush, and that's really cool about it. But you can't, I don't know. There's one kneecap started, and we'll watch that kneecap later and see how she comes out. And if it looks bony, see how it's falling into the lower bit above the shin? That's what we're after. It's literally just to fall into recesses and darken up those areas. And you're really, we'll come back. If this works out and it dries nice, we'll come back with the same base color and put it on top of the kneecap as a highlight. And so that's how that works. I got to decide how that floats. That was a really small application. I've got some dirty water here. So always freshen up your water. Always shake your bottles. All the good stuff. These little squirt bottles are life. They're so easy to work with. And they fix things. And you need water fast. You have water fast. Fancy. And I just keep like 2 little shot glasses. I don't drink. So my friends who work at Cabot Cheese gave us some shot glasses, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to use those. Actually, I use these things every single day. I haven't drank in over 14 years, and they're my favorite shot glasses because they're great little water cups. So they're super easy, and I don't ever need a lot of water. It's just something. And we're not using it for water. We're using it for cleaning because I just need to move the wash from one spot to another. So this is the I can't even pronounce this, archaic sepia wash. I've heard about this being used plenty for Terminators, and it's very orange on the palette. How will it come out on his kneecap? We will find out. So that's a lot right there. Just that one dot. I can tell you that's way too much. So I'm going to pull off as much of it as I can onto the palette. And I'm going to spread what I have there. And try and just keep it on the kneecap for my test. And your brush becomes your sponge. You drop it on. And you really just kind of leave it. You don't want to over wipe the wash because you'll see it. You kind of can see it in the first kneecap I did, all the little strokes. We don't want those. We want it to look more like the one on the right or your left. So we'll see how this falls, but we'll keep him upright so that it falls into the natural recesses of where he'd be for lighting. And we'll dry off our brush. And that's it. That's what we're going to do for our wash test. Already, I think this archaic sepia wash is more the grimdark bone color I'm looking for. Definitely more than the Battle Mud wash. No, I'm sorry. That was the Flesh wash. And I don't even think I'm going to try the Battle Mud. Because I just think that's going to be too brown. But I think that's where we're after. It's just a little too yellow. And so this is with tan. The other thing I could try is on a white model, or rather gray. I also have been priming in gray. And this one has a little bit of a zenithal going on. So that means I primed him twice. I put black all over. What's up, Aziz? We're painting minis, brother. How are you? And then zenithal means I put white on top. So that if you looked directly down, you should see only white. And if you look from this side, you should see only black. I see some white. And that's to create natural highlights on the model so that it just details all the little things, put shadows in places that you need them. And so super fun. What's up, Nopera? Hey, Nopera, don't even worry about coming back for game nights, brother. I just pulled like 50 people. We're fine. We don't need you to come back. Just tell him to hang in Jordan forever. Don't go back. He's good. He's fine. Like, we can still hang and stuff, but yeah, we don't need you. We're good. Maddox been holding down the fort. Don't you worry, brother. Just live out life in Jordan and just stay there forever and ever. I miss you so much. Tell him I miss him a lot. I can't even pretend to be that mean. My God, that hurt my soul. Tell him to bust out his paints. Let's go. We're painting stream right now. We're a painting stream right now, man. I don't know what you're talking about, Web3 gaming and work and like all this stuff and big news with Bag. I don't even know what all this stuff. Napair's traveling back tomorrow and taking all the game nights. Get all the game nights. I know he probably will. He's awesome. I missed him today. No, Sparkball went really well actually, and we had a lot of fun. Jerry is a beast, a fucking beast, man. We're gonna try out this wash on these pauldrons and see if we can get the tan look that we had. I don't know. We're gonna try it on white and see how it goes, or rather gray. I don't know. Let's try the sepia wash again. I have some over here. We just need a smidgen, and we're gonna throw it on this pauldron here and see if we get that. Oh, that's very yellow. So again, it's too much. This brush, this is a number 3 brush, very thick boy. You see, it just falls right where it falls right into the crevices. That's what it's supposed to do. I need to push that around so that it gets everywhere and does that, but a little less. Because too much and it looks like shit. You don't want it to look like shit. Painting our happy little pauldrons, one pauldron at a time. We're just testing washes right now, trying to see what works. And again, too much, so I'm going to pull some off. It's not paint, guys. This is a wash. See that? It just puddles up. It just puddles up in the bottom, and that's not what we want. So we're going to take our tip and brush it up. Nice and cool. Like it'll naturally pool back there again. But for now, I don't want it there. I want to just... And now I'm putting it back down. So you got to pull it off. Oh my gosh, I'm watching drops just fall off my palette. It's nuts. Come on. Come on. I don't know if it's clear for you guys. I apologize if it's not. I have to be very close to it and watching it. Oh, this is going to not look the best. But it's a test. That's the point. Okay, so far, it's yellow. It's pretty yellow. Almost tan. We'll see how it dries because things tend to be lighter when they're wet. And we'll see how it goes. The other one, we'll clean off again and try. Let's see how the battle mud or the... It's very brown. I don't think I want it to be brown. But in the weakest points of that, it doesn't look that bad. So maybe I'll just try a really, really light application of it. Because that's what it looks like. It's almost brown. This is a flesh wash. So what's up, Nopera? Driving Aziz back to the airport. And I go back tomorrow and I'll host everything. I missed you today. I missed you today too. I really did. But no, man, enjoy. That's the whole point. I'm really happy you got to go. Really, really happy because you have... Hey, Graveyard, what's up, sir? What's up, Mr. Sir? You're here for wash lessons. You need one, brother. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. There's too much water on my brush. So if you have too much water for a wash, it's too wet. You don't want it too wet. You can test your brush on your hand, and if you get no water on your hand, good. If you need a little water, I'm not kidding, you lick your brush. Like that. And then you make a nice pointy tip. See, my tip's all rounded, though? That sucks. That's the worst. You fix that with hot water. You dip it in hot water for, like, boiling water for, like, 30 seconds. straighten it out, make a nice tip again, but it's broken. It's a bent tip. Nobody likes a bent tip, right, Graveyard? So back to our wash. We're just going to take a little bit of that, muck most of it off. See how it pools all funny if you leave it? That's, come on, you piece of shit. See how that spot? We don't want that spot. That spot is not what we're after. We want this. See that nice, like, it's just a glazing. Just glazing. I'm going to use the edges of the rim of his pauldron to kind of keep that nice and tidy. You just start on the inside, push to the edge, and then just drag, and the brush will stay where it needs to go. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, that's so fine. How do I get in there? Just use the model. Use the pieces for what they're for. That's not bad. That was barely any wash. I really am sorry if you're out of focus, but that looks pretty. That's what a wash should look like. I don't know if it's the color I want yet. We'll find out when it dries, but that's what it should look like. Everything else shining through it, and it should just be a very nice, see that spot? That's the bad spot we made, and we washed over it, and it pulled it away, made a coffee stain. Not good. And there's the other one. That's very yellow. I don't know. I really don't. I'm trying to figure out my Terminator recipe so I can make all these guys look fucking awesome. But that's why I've been sticking to my greens. These are my green wing, and they're pretty cool. They are pretty nasty cool. It's a little dark, but the guy behind the chat, you can see he's one from the green wing. It's Dark Angels is my faction, but yeah, that's just one armor scheme. And the other armor scheme is this tan color. It's a bone color I'm trying to capture. So that's test of washes. We'll leave this guy alone. He's zenithal in gray. And then we have some kneecaps on Mr. Tan, which you get some really yellow and really brown from the tan. The yellow like pulls all the color out. So it's hard to make Bumblebee. Yeah, it'd be hard to make Bumblebee. Maybe BB. You mean like the Transformer Bumblebee? Bro, I'm not a kid. I don't play with Transformers. I play with war game toys. I'm not a kid playing Transformers. You insulting me on my own stream, Graveyard. You making fun of me? I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. Bumblebee would be fun. I learned a trick with yellow that if you want to paint yellow, no, he is the best. I'm just totally fucking with you. Bumblebee, if you wanted to paint yellow, the problem with painting yellow is if you try to paint it over white, it washes out. You can't, like, it looks like a really shitty yellow. If you try to paint it over black, it looks like a really shitty yellow. And so the way to get yellow onto models is you actually paint it pink first, and then you paint over the pink. And it just works really well. So that's the way to do that. I don't have any pink to show this off. Otherwise, I'd do it right now. And I don't really have anything to paint yellow. I wish I did. Yellow paint is not something I use much of, if at all. I don't think I've ever yellow painted anything. Now that I think about it, I have this really cool yellow paint that I want to use. But this is more of a liquid. Oh my, the swatch came off. So I put a little on the tops to find out what color it is. And that just came off. But look how yellow that is. That is yellow. That's an intense ink. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't fuck with yellow too much. I don't know. I do build robots. I build some robots. Did you see what I had up earlier? So this is my Redemptor Dreadnought. He's a big boy. So this is like a normal dude. There's a big boy. He's running, and he will be running on this rock on the side of some water. So all of this will be resin. I did this whole base out of cork and kitty litter. And some sealer and some paint and also other shit. But he's supposed to look like he's running. And getting a model this size, first off, built is awesome in itself. And no. I didn't design these guys. Thank God. This is all Warhammer, man. They do some amazing modeling, though. No, I just put them together, and I like the diorama aspect. I like trying to make these guys look like their life. Because, like, the normal pose, he's just standing there, and he's just like, I'm a big dude, don't fuck with me. But, like, this dude, he's running, and he's got a dick cloth. I added this dick cloth. He's got a tabard, and that wasn't there before. I used some green stuff to make that and add that to him. Some of these things don't belong here. Are these like 100% hands, like no 3D designs or smooth? Tell me more. What's the question? Or something? 3D designs or something? So like a lot of these, so most of the designers that make stuff for Warhammer, the artists, they'll make this stuff by hand. They model these things out of clay. And then let me show you something cool. Here you go. Okay, so this is for another game. Same, still by Games Workshop, but Age of Sigmar. This is primed. It's all just black. Oh, yeah. Like, I'm building these from scratch. Yes. Well, I mean, from scratch. Hang on. They start like this, Graveyard. These are models. And they come on a sprue. And they come in pieces. And I snip the pieces. Snip. And then I glue the pieces. Glue. And then I prime the pieces. And then they look like this. And then I paint the pieces. And if I'm really fancy, I base the pieces. So I always do something different than this is the standard base. I always go a little above and beyond on the base. Because the base is my favorite part. So yee. But these, the way these are built, right, by Games Workshop, all these are modeled like this would get modeled by an artist by clay. And then they would create that's bright. They would create the concept model, this, and then they would find a way to break it down, this. They might scan it. I don't know. Really don't know anymore. They used to just take the clay model and they would make pieces that would make they would make the model when you snap it all together. And but yeah, it's hand done. Dudes are really talented and they're very detailed. But I was showing you this guy because the amount of detail that goes into these. Look at that. Feathers, fire, the tail is really wispy. He's got chainmail on his belly. I don't think you can get in there to see that, but he's got little tiny chainmail on his belly. The griff something. But yeah, it's crazy detailed. And so then I got to go in and paint all that. Fuck. So, but I really enjoy it because it just takes time and it takes patience. And that's what I like about it. And I also like that none of this will ever make me money. So I don't have any pressure to sell any of it. It's all mine. It's just pure fun. Pure fun. That is what it is. I've got like 25 minutes. I think I'm going to paint this guy up and try and see how much I can get done on him in 20 minutes. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I had a concept to typically, like, he's got a funnier base that goes on a base. I raised the base purposefully off the base and put kitty litter under it, glued it under there. It's kind of hard to see, but inside I raised it up on purpose. So what I'm going to do is paint the inside blue, and then I'm going to take some resin and I'm going to pour the resin under it. So it looks like he's standing on a rock over water. I've got a theme going on with this rock and water thing. I'm really digging the, I'll send you a bigger picture, bud. I'll send you a picture later. But trust me, he's very cool. All right, so I'm gonna pop some blue down because I want to I'm gonna put some resin over top of it, and the blue will shine through, and it'll look cool. Just trust me, bro. Throw some water down, and then grab some blue, and make sure it doesn't run too runny. There we go. And I'm just gonna hit under his base like this. Very messy, but that's all I'm doing. Just to get a blue underneath him. Whoosh. Skadoosh. Now, I try to buy these models on sprue, like I just showed you the plastic bit. But I also am not a fan of paying full price for these guys. So sometimes, all times, I go online and on eBay and find secondhand sprues. People bought too much and they overwhelmed their art table, so they sell it for a lot cheaper than they paid. The other times, what also goes really cheap if you need a specific guy like this one. He's essentially like a medic. You can buy, for whatever reason, like everybody wants to build them. Half the half the fun in this hobby is building the models. And so if you're looking for secondhand cheap, so that's all I needed. Just a little bit of blue around that rim. Secondhand cheap is somebody who built the model but gave up. Like they build the model, they stop. So that was this. And I bring these guys back to life, and that's what I like to do. This thing used to be red. This thing used to be red. You can still see some of the red. That's what it used to be. Totally different faction. I'm going to bring it. Oh, damn, I just made it all blue. Look at me. I'm making it all blue. But this used to be red, and I'm going to make it match my faction colors when I get this going on. But this was secondhand. Like this would have cost like, I don't know, like $150 or something crazy. I did not spend $150 on it. I think I spent maybe lower like 60. And they were asking like 90. I love bidding with people on eBay. That shit's fun to me. Getting it way cheaper than they asked for. Because it's just fun. Next we need some brown. Nope, we need some gray, and I don't have gray, so we're gonna make some. Why don't we do? I have curious leather. I have a green wash. I could just do a black wash over it. No, I need to white that up first. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm gonna take some tan, just some shitty tan. Yep. And I'm going to make some stone color. I'm going to kind of clean up the red spots that I don't actually like, and then I'm going to wash it, and it'll look natural. That's what Maddox is going to do with that. And this is our speed paint, so we have not much time. 15 minutes. I'm running. We're going to take this one, make a little wet. Drip, drip, drip. That's a little runny. It'll be fine. And we're going to go in and paint a couple of these rocks. Not a lot. Just doing like one or two of these dudes. And then I'll let you cook. I'm watching. Thanks, Papa. Thanks, Papa. Appreciate the lurk. And then this one back here. Okay, so we just made some speckles of different colors on the rocks. It'll make sense. Promise. Gotta clean my water again. Clean water is important, not just for our own health, but for our paints. I'm gonna let this dry. Let's throw some colors or pipe. Colors or pipe. We do need to make some gray now. Let's grab black. Maybe I can mix it with the brown and make some kind of weird gray. I don't know. Oh, that was a lot of black. I'm gonna need more black. Fuck yeah. Okay, black water will be fine for this. Mix it there, mix it there. Hey, what do you know? We have gray. We have like a yellow gray. I like that. So, oh no, it's a really gunmetal gray. Dope. I'll take it. Okay, we got our gray, which we could put on the main rock he stands on. And we're just putting some variation. It's going to look kind of like patchy right now. That's on purpose because we want to wash over everything and then it'll all blend together nicely. But for the moment, it's going to look like shit on purpose. It's weird, I know. It'll come together though. And it'll make sense. And you're going to be that cool gray color. Get in there. Get in there. You're going to be that cool gray color. Okay, now I need brown as fast as I can. Can't catch me, I'm a gingerbread man. Maybe a little more in the middle. Nope. Yes. Yes. Brown, brown, gray, 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 gray. Paint, paint, paint. Time. Okay. You gotta pick up kids. Okay, guys? Can't miss that.